Becoming a millionaire with real estate is not as complicated as people make it out to be. And if you use the techniques we go over in this video, you'll be one step closer to achieving your financial goals. My name is Kevin Lee. I've had a career in real estate since 2010, and I've done pretty much everything you can imagine involving real estate. I won't say I'm a perfect source of information, but I will say that anything I say here has been implemented by myself unless I say otherwise. If we're talking about becoming a millionaire with real estate, we should probably look at how most people go about doing so. People become millionaires in real estate by buying and holding properties. It's not an overnight process like people make it out to be. It takes time and patience. A lot of people do not even know they're millionaires by simply living in their house that they own. If they continue to make their monthly mortgage to pay down their principal balance over a period of years, they will not only gain equity from the principal pay down, but also appreciation. Needless to say, you don't even need to do too much. Just by sitting on the real estate you own, you will become a millionaire. Now, acting like a millionaire and being a millionaire are completely different. You may be a millionaire, but you do not act like one. If you ever read the book The Millionaire Next Door, you would know that they don't live too differently from us. Leave a comment down below if you would be interested in hearing my thoughts on how millionaires act. So there's a reason that so many people become millionaires from investing in real estate. And it's because it's a reliable tool that's been proven to be successful time and time again. Real estate investing refers to getting that spread between the rent and the underlying expenses associated with the real estate. The expenses are mortgage, insurance, property tax, utilities, maintenance, etc. If the spread is high enough, you get a bigger income. If the spread is small, you get a smaller income. You want to at least have zero spread, which means you break even. However, you should attain a positive spread, which depends on the location, the discount that you get, and many other factors. There's a lot of different things that you can do to obtain that positive spread. So if that's something that you want to learn more about, then comment your questions down below and I'll make a video focusing solely on making the spread. So it's clear that real estate is an attractive investment vehicle for people looking to generate wealth. But I personally like to use this one specific technique to help accumulate passive income and equity. The technique that I'm going to be telling you about today is a relatively common one called the BRRRR method. You've probably heard about it before, but this is the method that I use all the time when flipping properties. So hopefully the information will be a little more up to date than the other stuff out there. So the steps are: number one, find and buy that discounted property. A discounted property comes with problems. You want problems so you can add value. That's the key step. It makes your cost basis low. You've ever heard of buying low, selling high? It applies to real estate here too. Step two, add value by renovating the property. Find a reliable contractor who can renovate and update the property to add maximum value. There's value in new flooring, in new windows, new central heat and air, new kitchen cabinets, new kitchen countertops, new bathrooms, an additional dwelling unit, etc. They add up and give you a lot of value. Hopefully, you buy it deep enough so that your renovation cost is not one-to-one to the value that's added. You want 1 to 2 or even 3 times. So if you spend $50,000 on renovation, you want $100,000 worth of value added, or even $150,000 worth of value created. Step 3, rent it. In coastal states like California, it's harder to get the rent to pay for the underlying expenses of the real estate, like what I mentioned before. It's harder to get that positive spread. We seek to get that spread by doing short-term rental. We get typically 2 times the rent than the traditional long-term rental or more. This is the key step. Yes, it comes with more management. However, that can be outsourced so that you can still get that positive spread. Step 4, cash out refinance. You start looking for a loan option where you can do a cash out refi. You pull your money out. Let's say that you invest $50,000 to create $150,000 worth of value. Bank will give you 75% of that value, which means approximately $112,000. Not only do you get $50,000 back, you also get paid for another $62,000. You get paid to own a piece of real estate. How good is that? You do want to make sure that you don't over leverage and lower that positive spread every month though. Instead of 75%, borrow a number that's less, like 70% or even 65%, so you don't get the stress of fulfilling your monthly mortgage obligations. The goal here is to keep the property for a long time. You don't want to get in a situation that you fall behind on payments and the bank starts foreclosure on you. This is not good, no bueno. It happens, so don't be that person where vouchers eat you up by buying your property away from you. Step 5, rinse and repeat. Go back to step number 1 and do this all over again. This is called BRRRR, B-R-R-R-R, buy, renovate, rent, refi, and rinse and repeat. I call it BRRRR 2.0 because the rent component is not like your traditional rental. We do shorter rental in our market because real estate pricing here is so high in California. But like any technique, it has its pros and cons. The pros of the BRRRR technique is you can minimize the capital investment in buying real estate. Your down payment at the end of the day can be 5% or even 0% if you buy it deep enough. This particular benefit can allow you to scale your property holding to the max since the down payment for each property is so low. The cons are that the deals are hard to find. They require you to be consistent in your marketing effort. Once you find those deals, you will have to source a trustworthy contractor who can help you realize your dream and get the renovation project done in time. It's not for the faint of heart, not for beginning real estate investors. I would say if you start out, make sure you partner with someone who has got the experience rehabbing properties, whether they're seasoned investors or general contractors. It's also a good idea to do it in your own backyard so you can manage it yourself. My mom has been through some of my flips. She told me she would rather buy the after renovation homes. The discounted real estate comes with a lot of problems and headaches. If you can't manage it properly, they can potentially mean more risk than reward. Check your personality and see if you're someone who can see the diamond in the rough or who would rather just buy the finished product without worrying about the headache. By the way, if I could ask you to support the channel by subscribing and hitting that button down below, it would really help us out. If you're the type of person who likes to learn and improve every day, then I promise that by subscribing, you will not only help us, but it will help you because you'll be exposed to new information related to real estate every time you watch. So managing a real estate portfolio can be really stressful, but there are some helpful ways to stay on track and continue to see success as time goes on. One of those ways to stay on track is to remember that if you do it long enough, you will succeed. I've seen people who come and go. Later on, they ask how I become so successful. I say, I've been in the game way too long, and I have my shares of ups and downs. Had somebody else stay in the game long enough and work hard enough, he would have had the same success as me. There is no need to look up to me. I just happen to show up and stay long enough in the game without quitting just because of the setbacks. It's not always rainbow and sunshine, but over the long term, it's rewarding. It's all worth it. Now, one concern that I hear a lot of people have when it comes to investing in anything, especially real estate, is whether or not you'll lose money by investing. And to that, I say this: don't think about losing money when investing in real estate. Think about the setbacks as temporary. It's temporary investment in someone else's account. Moreover, while your money is out in someone else's account, what lesson have you learned? What did the particular investing moment teach you? If you can reflect on the lesson learned, it will make you a more successful and better investor in the long run. It's not like this is the only place that people make investments like this either. When you go to school for so many years, you are investing in your education, hoping that it will pay off. Most of the time it does. And what do you do if it doesn't? How do you feel about it? You just carry on with your life, right? And how long do you need to spend in school before you actually come out and get a job that pays you for what your education is worth? If you can spend the same amount of time as you do in school, I guarantee you that you will make the same amount of money, if not more, than your full-time job. This doesn't necessarily mean that losing money is good. I'm not encouraging you to do so just to learn a lesson. You want to be careful. Partner up with a seasoned investor like me and learn by doing alongside of me. And by the end, you'll graduate as a successful real estate investor. At the end of the day, becoming a millionaire by investing in real estate is a very simple process. It might not be easy, but it's definitely not complicated. And it can certainly be done by most people with reasonable financial health. Of course, if you're low on funds, there's only so much that you can do, and it will make more sense to solve that problem before you begin investing in long-term assets like real estate. But if you're lucky enough to be in the position to invest, then know that it doesn't need to be complicated or intimidating as long as you keep it simple. If you're the kind of person who finds this information fascinating, or you think that real estate is a valuable asset for building wealth, then make sure that you subscribe so you can stay up to date when we post. Peace out.
I told her mom that I bust soon.